Mr. Deputy, the Prime Minister is too busy doing other matters and at the same time showing a lack of leadership, in fact, weak leadership. In fact, he continuously throws his members under the bus. And this would have started way back in 2014 when the then Prime Minister, Perry Christie, was thrown under the bus. The member for Fort Charlotte was thrown under the bus in 2022. It's headline in The Guardian. The writer for the Prime Minister's speech was thrown under the bus in November 2022 with the deficit. The financial secretary and staff were thrown under the bus. In fact, the Prime Minister said he did not see the report, yet decisions were made. Then he threw his deputy prime minister under the bus, as recorded in March 2022, Nassau Guardian. He threw the member for Angliston under the bus in March 2023, recorded in the Nassau Guardian. And all evidence are here, Mr. Deputy, to be tabled. And most recently, and this is the most important part, where leadership has not been demonstrated. Most recently, he threw the member for Fort Charlotte with respect to national insurance decision under the bus. The member for Fort Charlotte came to this parliament and spoke about the changes in the 1.5% increase that would be implemented in national insurance 1st of July and every 2 years. Mr. Deputy, the Prime Minister's office came back the following day with a different story. Now, Mr. Deputy, I have been Prime Minister in this country. I know how it works. That was a cabinet decision. How it works, cabinet decisions are sent to every respective ministry so that the ministers and the relevant staff would read the cabinet decision. The permanent secretary of that particular ministry would take that component out and prepare within the minister's speech. So the minister's speech was the cabinet decision. Mr. Deputy, the policy under the Westminster system, if a cabinet minister goes against a cabinet decision, I, as Prime Minister, has a responsibility to release that cabinet minister. In this case, the Prime Minister ignored his entire cabinet after a decision was made. He changed it. He demonstrated no respect, no leadership capability for his entire cabinet. And I say to any one of them, stand here and say that was not a cabinet decision, so when the evidence comes forth, you would have misled Parliament, and subsequently under the system would be forced to resign. I would sit and allow any minister to say that was not a cabinet decision that Fort Charlotte spoke about in here. So each and every one of you, the Prime Minister has no respect for. You made the decision and he went against. I would sit if it's different. Mr. Deputy, as I've said, and I want the Bahamian people to listen to me carefully. As I've said, if a cabinet minister did that, as the Prime Minister, you have a responsibility to release that cabinet minister. What that means is because they were all ignored of a decision that they made, they have a responsibility to remove the Prime Minister.